afternoon, everyone. My name is Charles Adoga. It's my pleasure to be here, and thanks to Creed for the invitation to come along the main speaker, Adedayo. I'll just do a quick introduction. By background, I'm an engineer and I work full time, but you would understand why I am part of the speakers today and why I'm doing this. And not to begin to go back to the whole definition of terminologies generally, but I very quickly want to mention that, as it regards our financial freedom, one term that we really need to understand is cash flow. It means that money has to flow, whether it's flowing out or it's flowing in. But the key is that the net direction should be such that you have some accumulation. If something is coming in and something is going out, if the net of that equation is such that something is accumulating, then that is really very good. And if you then want to go more into details on cash flow, then you need to understand what are your assets and what are your liabilities. There are so many books and so many talks about all that, but the summary is that make sure you're getting asset and you're not getting liability, because when you get asset, it ensures that the cash flow is in your favor, i.e. you're having accumulation. And if you have read Rich Dad Poor Dad, you understand there's the cash flow quadrant, in which you have the first sector, 2 upper one and 2 lower one. The upper ones are an employee and a self. You're either an employee or you work for yourself. Those are the 2 upper one, and those ones we are encouraged to make sure we are doing all we can to migrate to the 2 bottom one, which is either you're a business owner or you are an investor. So if you're an employee, just as I am, for some time now, then there needs to be the drive to make sure you're transiting somehow into business ownership and investment. Long term, that's where you make wealth. You don't make wealth being an employee. You don't make well being self-employed. You make some cash flow, but that cash flow should ultimately help you to build some form of business or some form of investment that will generate passive cash flow to the point where whether you're working actively or not, you should be fine. So understanding that cash flow quadrant is really very important. And the B, which is in the lower quadrant, business owner, is one of the reasons why we are here today. And traditionally, if you're going to own a business, you need to have a store, own some facility where you stock up your products and people come there to buy. If you go about the high street, Union Street, you see several stores, there, but that is capital intensive. You need to have so much money to pay for, the facility, and then stock it up, and then you need to either pay someone to run it, look after your products, or you do it yourself, which is, not very efficient or capital intensive. If you have the money and you can do it, that's fine. But if you don't have, it doesn't mean you cannot be a business owner. Another form of business ownership is network marketing, in which you don't need to have a physical store. All you need to do is to belong to an existing brand and you buy some of those products, but you need to do a lot of marketing to get others under you. Some people typically call it, the pyramid structure. I've tried that as well. It requires you talking to a lot of people. I'm not very good at that. After some time, I think you just drop off. There are also franchises. You buy a franchise of, an existing, well-known, brand like McDonald's, for example, but it costs a lot of money. I think the research I did to buy a McDonald's franchise, it costs at least $100,000 US. A proper one. Where will you get that kind of money from? So the challenges of capital, the challenges of facility, have been simplified in e-commerce, where you necessarily don't have or need to have all that capital or invest all of your time to do it. And I think that's what we are here to present today. So without much ado, I will invite Brother Adedayo, who will take us through that.
Thank you so much, sir. Again, I'm just like a brush. I also feel shy. But the moment I will not be shy is that when I'm in front of the crowd, looking at their head, not looking at their eyes. So at that time, when I'm in the business, I don't try to be shy because I'm discussing something very important. So thank you so much, Pastor Charles. By profession, I'm a teacher. I teach business management and economics in the academy here in Abuja. And then by virtue of site also, we are, let me use the word we now, we are into property business and then the e-commerce business here in Abuja. So we are just baby in all those business as if we are just growing. To be honest with you, this is just coincidence with the current topic I'm teaching right now at school, and which is about marketing. So if I may ask, can I ask, because I'm going to do a teaching today, I'm sorry, can I ask you to have a chat with someone beside you, talk about what marketing means to you? What marketing means to you? What does it mean by marketing? What it means by marketing? What it means by marketing? Okay, thank you so much. Because of our time, yes, marketing involves some keywords that if I'm marking an exam today, if I don't see those keywords there, that student, no matter amount of grammar the student may be writing, fail. Those keywords, I think most people mentioned it. One, there must be goods and services in the market. The goods are the physical one, services are the professional one, like what we're doing right now, teaching, doctor, hairdresser, those are the professional kind of a service. So, besides that, there should be two actors in that place. And who are those actors? That should be a supplier or a demand. Myself as a consumer or someone bringing the products that I need to buy. And lastly, one thing that must be in that definition will be a place. There must be a place which will lead us to what we are going to do today. A place. And a place could be what? Could be virtual, could be physical based on what Pastor Riley mentioned. A place, and it could be anywhere. It doesn't have to necessarily be a particular place that we need to meet. And that is why we see Amazon, we can see Estate, we can see eBay, we can see loads of them in the world today whereby people are buying, selling all over them. But may I surprise you? Most of our physical shop we are talking about, they know that most of those products buying on Amazon, not knowing what is Amazon's strategies all about, also doing similar thing now. And that has actually increased their market share in the market right now. Market share, is more or less like who leads the market in a certain type of a product that they are selling. For example, we are all selling rice. And all our prices may be 20 pounds, but for me, I may decide that my rice is going to be sold for 19 pounds. Yes, you may have the best store that you want to buy, but I believe everybody wants to save money, right? So to increase the market share, more people come to me and buy from me. And that is why most of the e-commerce platform are making hedge out of all others. And their strategy is basically about availability, delivery, and make sure it's a genuine product. So that is what we are going to be looking at in the next few minutes. I've given my time, my timer here that I need to start quick and leave this place quick. All right, so now Amazon. Amazon, in terms of Amazon, we know that at the moment we can reach Amazon at any point in time, and they are all over the world. If you want to buy any product today, see it tomorrow, go to Amazon. That is it. And that is the main strategy why Amazon is the edge of all of them. So now, if we look into what we have here, it says Amazon business modules. Now, we don't want to go into the physical shop. We don't want to go into other shop that I need the product tomorrow and I can't get it immediately. I would rather prefer to go here. And how do business go on here? How do I enter business? Which I believe that is why we are here. We are not believing in all the story we've been saying the other time. But this is what we want to know. In Amazon, we have a what we call FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. We have a vendor central, handmade products, and seller central. These are the just jargons which Amazon try to put across so that some people may think, oh, what do I need to do about this? But we have a lot to do about this. Why? Because this has actually changed the way people think. And Amazon use this module to make sure their product is delivered on time. Because with the FBA, it means product will be with the Amazon. One time you click, tomorrow or the next same day, you can still see the product. Vendor central, that is very simple, meaning that you don't need to actually do anything. You don't need to be your customer service. Amazon handles everything for you. And then Seller Central. Seller Central is a third-party place whereby all you need to do, send your product in, and Amazon do the rest for you. And then handmade. Most of the products nowadays, Amazon believe in artisan products, whereby you make it from your hand. After you have made the product, they want to see that that product is genuine, not what someone will buy today and return tomorrow. Amazon is kind of a similar product like that. So can we move on to the next one, please? And the next one that says platform overview. All these names, we've all heard them before. That is the one we're talking about. Amazon, the global market area. Shopify, mostly common in the US. Yes, we have it in the UK, but most commonly in the UK is the Amazon. ST as well. Although ST also focus more on the craft products. Yes, a lot of products has flooded the marketplace at the moment. Just few before I resume back to work, I was trying to see if I can explore that market. I've actually started my registration. But at the point, I discovered that the request and the review I've got online not really suitable enough. So I stopped it, tried to also learn more before I enter the market. So, can we move on, please, Mr.? Okay. This is just a snapshot about what Amazon has been from the start. But the detailed one, which probably, if we ask a brochure, probably that will be sent to every one of us. If we look at the snapshot, we can see Amazon started as a kind of a newspaper organization, bookshelf, where they store things. At that moment, the man has a bigger picture, which he was thinking probably he could take over the world. But the dream came to pass. He started just in his shop, in the garage. I don't know what you're thinking about. Do you have a garage? Then this is for you. Do you have a space in your house? This is for you. Never undermine the power of start point. Don't think that, oh, he's not making profit today. Then the man has a lot of problem all over. If you look at the second slide, he has migrated from one place to the other. But for this one, he actually entered the global market at that second phase of the business in 2006. And at the end, he launched the Kindle, and later fire tape there. So the next slide, if you look at the next slide, it gave us the start point from 1994, where the whole story started, and up to now to 2022, whereby he has bought a lot of businesses in between. And that slide tells us about the company milestone, when he launches some of the products, and all the acquisition he has made. See, kind of a shop owner become a mega business owner today. So I don't know, maybe I will give us a minute or 30 seconds to think. What do you have? You know, sorry, we are in the church at the same time. Apology if you are not Christian. But one thing I believe, God can only bless you if you have something in your hand. If there is no product in your hand, it will be difficult for God to bless you. Because God needs to see something to bless. God blessed the paper company in 1994. And in 1997, the business turned around. It entered into the public area, whereby a lot of people bought into it and begin to transform. So you must have something. One, you must have a space. Two, you must start thinking of, what can I sell? How do I sell it? Which we will cover in the next few minutes. So let's move away from Amazon story to do with the real business of the day. So the real business of the day, what we do, myself and Pastor Charles, what we do is that we do both fulfillment by Amazon and merchant business with the Amazon. Fulfillment by Amazon means we get our products, we send it to Amazon, and Amazon send it to any of our customers that want to buy. The merchant part of it is that we have our products in our, okay, go ahead. All right. Okay. Sorry, at times I will talk. Okay, for me and Pastor Charles, we do two things. The first one is FBA, fulfillment by Amazon, whereby we source our products, send it to Amazon, then Amazon send it to the customer that needs to buy it. There are a lot of process in between what I've just summarized, which I will delve into. The second part of is fulfillment by merchant, FBM. No, not now. Fulfillment by Amazon, fulfillment by merchant, which is us, having the same product in our house, and a customer want to buy it, then Amazon notify us that somebody needs to buy a product. You must send the product in a specified time and must reach the customer. If you meet that timing, Amazon can kick you out of their platform. So please don't forget those two things, which will be the main part of our discussion today. So how do we do this and how does it happen? First thing, you must create your account. And to create your account, from where we learn our business from, we got a mentor. Definitely before the mentor, for almost 2 years, we were just crashing our head, reading, studying. But to start was difficult for us. That's our story. It was difficult. At a point, Pastor will say, oh, yeah, you were talking to someone. Have you been able to talk to the person? As the person giving you the headway, I said, sorry, Pastor, no. If you got someone, let me know. He said he was talking to someone. And long story cut short, he started. And later, I joined him. And the mentor mentioned many things for us that we need to learn. Immediately, we log into it. And part of which is that we must create Amazon accounts. We must register business as a limited company. Yes, you can start Amazon business as just a sole trader, which you may not need a limited company, but there are a lot of restrictions to that. That is why we follow what our mentor asked us to do. One, register business as a limited company. Register your VAT, value added tax, is a must to register, regardless of what most people will tell you that, oh yes, if you doing business less than 48,000 or it is 4,000 pounds, you don't need to pay VAT. To be honest with you, that is true. I phoned the tax office to confirm that, which they said yes, but as an Amazon business, they will not advise me to do that, because you never can tell. Pastor, I've not even shared that one with you. Apologies. That they will never tell you when your business is going up Amazon took your tax, and how do you pay tax? Then you want your business to be legit and liable, then you must follow the law. So mentor at that level was so right, because I'm a very kind of inquisitive person. Why do I need to do that? Because from business point of view, I teach my students, if you're doing a business less than 84,000, you don't need a VAT. But in our environment, we rely much more on tax. So we follow what the mentor said. We created our account, we registered business, and then we register for VAT. So the next problem here, which we dealt with during lockdown, was how do we source for products? Because that is where the most people suffer more on this business.
I just add,
All right.
So in creating your account, it's not the usual Amazon account that you have now, that you can buy product with. This is a seller's account, seller central account in the name of your company.
Good. Thank you so much, sir. So the account you are going to create is going to be a seller account, which is going to be, the account is going to ask you for VAT registration, and it's going to ask you for your business name, the one you register with the government. Those are the business that you need to input. And then Amazon will ask you, I don't think we need to go deep into this because of our time. Amazon will still ask you to register a bank details, and the details will be where they will take the charges, because Amazon will charge you on monthly basis. On Amazon, there are two types of accounts. A seller account, which is a professional one, you pay about 30 pounds every month. And the basic one is also a seller account. You don't pay anything every month, but you are limited in terms of what you can list on your Amazon page. Limited in terms of you can't have, if I'm right, if I still remember that, you can't do more than about, let's say, 20 or 30 products. You can't list it. And for every product you sell, Amazon will charge you for that product, compared to professional account, which you will be charged on every monthly basis. So that is a creation of account. Second one is the list your product. My question, which I believe everybody will be asking, how do you get the product? And that is where most of us were stuck at that time. Where do we get the product is a big question, and that calls for mentorship. Because most mentor will not give you the secret of where they are getting their product from. But we are in the house of God, happy to share. We have a long list of where you can source your product from, be it in the UK and outside the UK. Mentor give us all those, but because of our time, we're happy to discuss that at the end. Because I know that's where most people want to hear and go away. I know that. Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll be happy to share that one with you.
May I just add
All right, sir.
in listing your product, and this is where your own personal passion can come in. Maybe there's something that you really like as a person, and you've always thought, how about if this thing is available to order, or you've always wanted a product in a certain format. For example, I struggle to find my measurement for some shirts and trousers. What if I find a solution to that? It becomes a unique product that I have, and that you can send to Amazon to sell on your behalf. Ladies, you have beauty products. Some of you can make your own beauty products, and those are specific things that you can actually market that is not very common. So this is where your own individual creativity and hard work and differentiation can come in. Finding something that is very unique that everyone doesn't have. Well, now you don't have to have the store, but you just sell it to your Amazon store, and Amazon does the advertisement and the rest for you. Just sit down.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, I think you're already revealing the secrets now, which I think we should bank to the end, but it's okay. Yeah, I'll just dwell on that before we move on to the next one. Part of what Mentor told us, where we were sourcing products, we sourced for toiletries, we sourced for household products, and then my passion as an individual was to use a quality leather product. Quality leather product. And then I bought one product on Amazon before I entered into Amazon business, and that product was so great. Then I now dig deep to find out where the product is from. Then, long story short, I got it in China, in Alibaba. So I branded it, which I think I can talk later about that as well. I branded the product. We registered a brand with the government authority here in the UK. We branded it, and then we'll be selling that product up to now. It's my interest, my choice, real leather, no problem, because I will tell you part of the problem one can encounter in selling some of the products in Amazon. Thank you so much, Pastor. And then the third one will be select. You know, under listing your product, there are a lot to mention that. Because when you are listing, we call it prepping. Prepping means preparing your products, which you're going to attach labels from Amazon, or you get some machine at your home, prepping machine, you got a label machine, you got a scale, you got a tape measurement, you need to buy your boxes, send it to Amazon, put it on Amazon. Some products that are not legit, Amazon will not accept it, because some of the products, when you are listing them, Amazon will definitely reject it. They won't let that happen, and that is where the power of mentorship comes from. So selecting the shipping method. Under shipping method, for Amazon shipping, after we have done our prepping, Amazon has a United Parcel UPS services to collect our products either from your house or at the point within the location. We have 3 locations in Aberdeen that we drop off our products, and Amazon pick it up from there. Yeah, they've introduced more. They've introduced more to it right now. So all we need to do, prepare it, box it, send it. Then from there, Amazon pick it up and make sure it's listed. And then that is a preparation of product. Under preparation of product, it entails a lot. Because first thing, when you are listing product on Amazon, some of the product will not go through. Amazon will ask you to send some documents, and that is where the main problem comes from. If Amazon doesn't accept those kind of a product, it means that product, there's no way you can sell it on Amazon. That kind of a product, what we do is to make it fulfillment by merchants, provided Amazon will let you. But we'll dwell on that maybe during Q&A because of our time. And then preparing your products. When we are preparing our products, for each of the products, we put label. And where is the label? That is what I want us to understand right now. That is more than just getting the product, sell it. If you have where you source your product here in the UK, most of those products will have been prepared. All you need to do is to send it. But if it is your personal branded product, one, you need to buy what we call UPS. UPS is a universal product number which identifies a product all over the world. And the only place you can buy that is on GCS, US or UK. And with the GCS, US and UK, with that, there is a kind of a charges that you are going to be paid. You will pay to GCS before you can do that. Without that universal number, Amazon would not let you list such products. Amazon won't let you list it. So please take note of that. It's another kind of a hurdles that at the starter you may face when you are doing it. Sending your product to Amazon, we talked about that. We can use different kind of methods sending it. Amazon fulfill your order. Once your order reach Amazon, about 2 or 3 days, you will see it listed on your seller central. Then anybody can buy your product and pay the fees. So the next slide says how to start an Amazon FBA business. This is what we need to know. And the first one is you need to choose your niche based on what Pastor Riley mentioned. What is that thing? It can be anything. It can be anything. For me, it's a leather bag, which I branded. And then for my leather products, I have mats. I have laptop mats, computer mouse, and then I've got a bracelet. For me, I don't actually like using bracelet, but after my research, I discovered that bracelet is one of those things that sells. But how can I change it? Then I now use a leather bracelet. Over the last school holiday, I was in touch with my Chinese manufacturer. Then we concluded the trade that they will send it. Then I can go ahead. Luckily, I've actually sold one of the samples sent to me, which means people will buy it. And another person, I read one of their stories, success story was that they started selling bracelets, and today they earn minimum of about £10,000 for selling bracelets every month. Believe me, what they do is that, because I try to understand why, they've been selling across, not only on Amazon. They sell on ST, it's more or less of craft kind of. They sell on Amazon, they sell on Shopify, all the platform. So minimum every month, they earn nothing less than £10,000 for selling just only bracelets. So find your niche. Your niche has to be something good, important, relevant to you and your community. And for me, it's a bracelet and anything leather. Then the next thing is find the product to sell. And with this one, we have Amazon have a lot of tools one can use to sell. One of it is Jungle Scout. Jungle Scout. The one I use, what's it called? What's my phone? The one I use, why I'm not actually dwell much on it, was that you have to pay something for using all those tools to do your research. And as a starter, to be honest with you, if you don't have a mentor, I won't advise you to go that line. Not until you know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, you invest in everything, the shortage at the end will be very massive. So you need to cut the cost. So the second one I use is a Helium 10. Helium 10 is also a tool. It has a free version, even though limited to some products. I use that one to see what product is the best, which one is selling on my market, which one can I dwell on, which one can I do more advert on. So once you're able to find your product.
Can I just add?
All right, sir.
Recently, I also try using Chat GPT, to find products.
That's
Just
great.
type what product is selling on Amazon UK, and it gives you, the list, and then you can take those lists and do your further analysis. So there are so many tools available for you to do your.
That means we're all going to stay back for the second section of the class. So if ChatGPT can do that, why do I need to pay for? That's why the power of learning is very great. I was trying to avoid paying for Helium, Jungle Scouts, and other in terms of minimizing the costs. Because for me, I need to minimize the cost in order to maximize my profit. Otherwise, pay for this, pay for that, at the end is nothing. So thank you so much, sir. And then once you are able to identify the unique product that you think is selling through the AI or other tools, then the next thing is to then start for looking for where to buy them. For us, we buy within the UK and we buy outside the UK. Alibaba is one of our major area, and then there is another one called 3386 or whatever. I'm researching that one at the moment as well to find out what we can do there. So source your products, then we move to how much does FBA cost. I think we've covered a little bit of this, because it's good to know what you are going into. To be honest with you, starting Amazon business, you can start with as much as what you have, what you can afford. It doesn't have to be £50,000, £80,000, £100,000, no. as long as you are able to pay their monthly fee of £30, as long as you're able to source for products, the maximum product I have bought from Amazon and other manufacturer in the UK, let's say should be around, the minimum should be around let's say £1,000, £5,000 thereabout. At times we collaborate with our mentor to buy from other stores, adding money together, then somebody sponsored it, buy it, then we distribute it. And that is the power of collaboration at the same time. So now, how much does it cost? The fulfillment cost, we thought that you're going to pay for fulfillment cost, which we know that. Okay. Yes, fulfillment cost, we need to pay for fulfillment cost, which is the £30, but there will be a VAT on it, which you can claim back every month. Storage fee. Now, that storage fee, one can very be tricky on that, which at the moment I've learned a lot of lessons on that as well. Some of the products in Amazon, if your product will not sell in Amazon within a year, Amazon will send it back to you. So as a result, only send little thing to the storage, because if you send a lot of things, Amazon will charge you for that, for the storage that occupied. What I do and what we do basically right now is we store in our storage. When I discover that the product is little in the stock, then I replenish the stock. That is what we do. And the long-term storage fee, you have to pay for it. Then Amazon seller fee, you need to pay for it. Refund fee, this is all over the news about 2 weeks ago, whereby someone asked me, do you do this? You see, the refund fee is that, for example, if your total sales has been, let's say £5,000, Amazon always pay you on fortnightly or based on your arrangement. If you want your money immediately, they will charge you again for that. But we always wait for 2 weeks payment. They pay to our bank account. I said at the start that you need to add to your account. So the refund fee, they always remove some amount from your total to keep for you in case any of your product is returned to Amazon. So Amazon can refund the individual back. Do we understand that? Yes. All right. Now, I have one of my bracelets. One of my bracelets is sold. And then Amazon will give the buyer 30 days to return or to keep. After 30 days, Amazon will not accept the return. Now, let's say within the 30 days, the buyer returned the product to Amazon. You know, I have £1,000 in Amazon. Amazon meant to give me £1,000 every week or 2 weeks based on their arranged agreement. Amazon will now return about 800 for me. That 200 will be kept. Whomever bought this, Amazon can use out of the 200 to refund them. That is what the refund fund is all about. Is that clear better now? Oh, okay, all right.
Can I ask, so if there's no refund made by a buyer,
yeah,
will that money be given back to you?
Oh, definitely it's on a circle.
Right.
It will follow the following circle, but they always retain something, a percentage of whatever you have based on what you have sold in case anything is returned. If, to be honest with you, that is even good, because if there is nothing kept in there for you, you may not be able to receive anything on a fortnight basis. Because if your account is in minus with them and someone claim, then they will, anytime you're meant to earn, let's say 200 or 500, you earn nothing, zero. So that is because that a lot of big question on that why does Amazon has to keep? Amazon needs to keep. You are a business person. If anybody return your products, they are returning it for good. Learn from it. Then improve whatever you are doing. That is what I believe. Any other question on that, please?
Still on the refund fee, is the refund fee charged on, per product or per account? What I mean by that is that you are an account holder with them, and from what you've told us, you said different products. So is the refund fee charged on your account or on each of the products you sell,
If I've sold a product within a month, a payment period, let's say the product, all the product I've sold.
Depending on.
Yeah, depending.
regardless of how many.
Exactly.
Okay.
I've sold a product for over, let's say, I sold about 2,000 products of about 5 varieties of items. Amazon will keep percentage of my total in the account. So if any of those products is returned, then Amazon will have money from account to refund the seller.
So it's charged on account.
Yes.
On account. Yes.
And there are some malicious customers that are just fond of returning things, not because anything is wrong with it. As a seller, sometimes you can also contest that, you know, and actually win. Amazon will not refund them anything, but Amazon always prioritize the customer. You know, they say customer
Yeah, that's-
is king, you know.
That's part of Amazon strategy. They try to prioritize customer, and then based on what Pastor Riley said, in marketing, that we have competition. In Amazon, you will expect competition to happen because about 5 people may be selling a product. They may want to kick you out for them to sell. That happens. So that's why for me, I would prefer I leverage on my branded product, that nobody will sell the product. And I'll tell you a story about what happened thereafter on that as well. And we learn our lesson in a bad way. All right, so I was, please remind Pastor under the cons. I can tell under the cons. Now, we've said a lot, and because of our time, Amazon has a pro and cons. The pro, we've actually discussed a lot of the pros. Now, the first one, efficient fulfillment. Customer get your product on time and quick. Because you don't need to send it from your house, which may be delayed. If anything is delayed from Amazon, Amazon will claim responsibility for that. And the second one is a prime benefit. You know, when we say prime benefit, Amazon always encourage sellers to have a prime account. And the reason is that it makes the product, it makes the delivery more faster. For me, as an account owner, I have a prime account as well that I pay on a monthly basis, apart from being. So why am I doing that? It's not compulsory, to be honest with you. Whether, as long as your Amazon is fulfilled by Amazon, your product will be faster. But for me, I always do that for other reasons. But anything with the prime, it's always more faster than the ordinary product. And then customer service. You don't need to do your customer service yourself. Amazon handles all your customer talk, complaint, everything. Amazon will do all those. And then the global reach. For us, we sell our product across Europe, and then mine is not in America, but Pastor Charles has the opportunity to sell in US. When he was registering an account, I don't know what he did. He has the opportunity. For me, I try to do similar thing. They ask me to pay. And then, which I'm planning to, which I will, it's part of my plan at the moment to reach US market, especially for my branded products. So let's look at the cons. Let's look at the cons as well. The cons here says cost and fee. To be honest with you, at the start, it may be very difficult. To be honest, I must be sincere with you. It may be very difficult because of the profit. The first year we did it. Even this is our second year. First year, yes, we are presenting to you this. We are also students. We don't know everything, but we try to share what we know at the moment. First year, no profit, so don't be discouraged. But that doesn't mean that if you get things right, and I will tell you why there won't be no profit at the start, which if we had known earlier, we would not have done that. And then is that by the time you source products, you need to be very careful of not listing existing product of another brand. If you list my brand, I will kick you out. Why do I need to kick you out? Is that if I've been selling about 10 products in a month, you now joining my product, I'll be selling just 1 or 2. My profitability is affected. So now we listed products on existing brand. The existing brand kicked us out. We have product of about hundreds in their storage. Amazon, some of the one in the Amazon returned to us, despite the fact we use money to send to Amazon. Amazon sent to us, charging us for sending to us. Store in the house, to even list the product again is difficult. So shortage come from that. So mentorship, very, very important again. I will stress that. Now, because of our time again, I say it's a long-term storage fee. If your product stay longer on Amazon storage, there will be a lot of charges for you. So for us, the idea now is part of the product in our storage, when the stock is low, we'll replenish. As long as you know your lead time to make sure your product is fulfilled based on what is requested. Then product return can affect, yes. I think there's nothing to say much about that, because each time your product is being returned, if that one is now constant, Amazon will need to find out what is going on with your account, because there seems to be a bad customer service there. If your product is continually doing that, they're likely to deactivate your account. So it's very important to sell a product that is Amazon, that has a reputation with the Amazon. And then seller have a limited control when it comes to FBA operation. Why? If a customer returns, there is no way you can contest it unless you have a valid reason to say, yes, this is my product. A story on that is that where I was sourcing my product from in China, my branded product, you can't believe that the seller, the manufacturer that manufactured for us at that time, also sell on Amazon. And our agreement was that I will be listing under them until my brand is approved. When the brand is approved, then we need to now withdraw our product, which is going to cost us more. I appealed to them, just give us time, sell this out. But unfortunately, Chinese didn't do that. They rather went to Amazon, report us that we are selling a fake product. Almost about 20 products were deactivated. It's now a contest from myself, Amazon, China, front and back. But at the end, we won. And that is why you need to have your brand. If I've not had my brand, that will be the end of those products. So we need to be very careful. Limited control over anything you do on Amazon. So this is just a bit of what we have talked about, just to give us a light on what it means. The only thing we've not talked about, which not really common, that we don't really do, is the seller fulfilled prime, which I think if it's like to be shared with us, for the sake of time, we can look into that. Now, which I think is more important here is selling on Amazon right for you. This is a personal decision, to be honest with you. But if we look at the statistics a little bit, the statistic is telling us, and then from what we have seen so far, from 2015, we can see increase of people doing this business increasing. But the most important thing, you need to know what you are doing. If you don't know what you're doing, difficult. If you don't have a mentor, it may be difficult at the same time. Here it says time frame, potential scaling, and level of dedication, which is required. That dedication, you can't underestimate that. Very, very important, because you need to check your account, Seller Central account, every day to know what is going on. Does Amazon want me to do something? Even if your account is very good, Amazon can give you money to do your business, which I think Pastor Chai can tell us that. I think they offer me recently as well, which I actually declined at the point. So, in conclusion, what is important to me here, if you can read that one, is that the road to success requires strategies and diligent product research. There is no way. If the product research is not well conducted, to be honest with us, it's really going to be at stake. Product research. Thank God for AI, which next class will be able to, the presenter will be able to delve more on that. And then marketing, where we started from. What is marketing? Marketing, there must be a consumer, there must be a seller. It's either physical shop or virtual shop that can cut across the whole world. A product must be present, a service must be there. When there is no product, when there is no service, please and please don't go into it. Very difficult. And then that is us done. Thank you so much for your opportunity.
Yeah, so almost time, so we have 15 minutes left. So do you have questions? Please ask questions. And I'm just thinking, I always think differently now. So there's something you said so that blew my mind. So I can have a product in China,
Okay.
and I can have a product in China, right?
Yes.
And I can do that. Wow.
Yeah, from that one, you will have learned about what we call arbitrage, a lot of jargons there. To be honest with you, even you may not even have a store in your house. The product can be with your Chinese as long as you trust them, can be with them, and at the same time, list the product as a merchant. When you list the product as a merchant, what you do, once anyone needs the product, the only thing you make sure it happens is that product must be sent from China to the individual that needs it. But it may be difficult, but it can happen because Amazon will give you a timeline that the product must be delivered. Then you have to do what? You have to make sure you use courier service to make sure it's delivered on time. So in case the storage can be an issue, you can as well use the opportunity.
Wow.
Thank you.
So let's ask a question. Okay. So,
Yeah, thank you so much for this. It's a basket full of knowledge. So you actually addressed one of the questions I wanted to ask, which is digital story, which is very fun. But the other take out for me is you can't go on this journey alone.
Definitely.
So how can you get the mentorship? It's very key.
This is my mentor. Don't worry.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
Even though he's very strict with time as well. But
Maybe what I can add to that is also when I was starting, there was a reason why I insisted we must do it together. Because sometimes you hit, hurdles and then you get discouraged. He encourages me and sometimes he hits, I encourage him, so we keep encouraging one another. And that's how we've come up to this point here.
very important.
Yeah,
You just need someone. Even when it's come to buying, you may not have your money and you need the product to get going. We contribute together because some of which we're happy to share with you later, some of the producer, manufacturer will give you a certain amount you can buy from them. MOQ, minimum order quantity that you can buy, which is 5,000, 2,005. If you can't afford that, then you can still link with someone to buy together.
thank you, sir, for that. Another question? Please, let's ask a question. Please, one of the things why we are doing this,
Okay, sir.
if you have any issue, let's ask ourselves. Sir.
Okay, thank you very much to both of you for this wonderful presentation. It's actually eye-opening. So, during the course of the presentation, you did mention that we need to take a few precautions in order to get it right. So, one of the things that stuck with me is how do you know if a product has been branded?
Thank you. So, now, a brand is a unique identification for a product that you are selling. My brand is ABM. That is on the first slide that we have. That's my brand. And if you go to government intellectual property, if you search for ABM here, you see trademark. If you search for that, you will see it there. Apple is a brand, and other bigger brand like that. If you on Amazon, most of the product there, they are branded and they have a brand store on Amazon. So that's the first way to see that. Now, how can you not get kicked out to avoid buying? That is why I would say mentorship is very, very important. But you may not discover, and that is where the problem we had at the start as well. For example, Join the Cleaning, one of our products, Join the Cleaning, it has another name. But Join the Cleaning, they sell household wives, ranging from bedroom wives to table wife to floor wives. For us, we just bought it and we listed it. Unknown to us that joined the brand because we saw the Boss. We believe Boss is a brand that is a unique from Unilever that we can sell. Unknown to us that joined the brand, joined the cleaning brand is another brand entirely. Then we listed on that joined the brand. The guy kicked us. We have thousands of those products. I still have a lot of them at home that have not sold. So mentorship, I would say, will be the best option because mentor will be able to talk you through what is right and what is wrong.
Sorry, on a lighter note, you reference your product a lot during this conversation. I'm just thinking, from a marketing point of view, it would be better if you do a few of them so that at least when we are searching,
to be honest,
we look for them. I know you have a bigger picture, but we still have about 20 of us here who might be on the lookout for Dayo's products.
That would be great. Yeah.
But I think that's the other thing about e-commerce. He can share his and I can share our storefront to digitally.
We know his brand now, so we definitely do that.
Yeah. So you can easily go there and you see all the products.
So most product they are
could have brought a taster for them.
Yeah.
exactly.
That's what you're talking about. Collect
No, that's just one of my. It's a original.
Original leather.
I don't sell any baroof leather. You know, baroof. When we say baroof, we all know what baroof means. It has to be real cowhide leather. If it is not cowhide leather, I don't. It mean because on Amazon you will see because in leather we have different kind of a leather that if you see people buying, they will not. It won't be last. But when you see original leather bag, I don't know, it's not here. But maybe between the class, probably I can show you some of those. If I can access the internet, I can show you the shop fronts for both of us. All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So you later go first.
Okay. You mentioned while you were thinking that you have one of your products, you have it as fulfilled by Amazon and also merchant fulfilled. So do you have the same storefront for it, or is it different storefront?
Same storefront.
So when I know that if it's being fulfilled by Amazon, definitely you have some of those products in Amazon's warehouse. So how do you differentiate which one Amazon should fulfill and which one you should fulfill?
Okay, maybe we need to be practical now. Do we still have time, sir?
Yeah. So okay, should I just launch your stuff, right?
And what I would do, I have it here. I will just you can have this and plug it in.
Does it work?
Do you have any cable to link it? But I can sign in there if that's okay.
Yeah, I think that.
Okay. So yeah, before then, let me just log on here. So I think that one is a bit practical because the fulfillment by Amazon, the way it's going to be on the Amazon storefront. We try not to bring our business directly here because we are here for training. I don't know. So yeah, so fulfillment by Amazon and then fulfillment by merchants, they are different things under one umbrella. On the Seller Central, it will show. Oh, just look for ABM bags.
ABM bags.
ABM bags.
Just a minute, sir. Bags.